probably when you do it at My Self Wellness, I think that's what it's called up in Benita Springs, they do a series of, I think it's 6 treatments. Um, and then, you know, you're supposed to be over anything, any kind of addiction that you might have. It has
Right.
that kind of effect. And everybody I've talked to, it has that effect on if they're addicted to drugs or if they're addicted to cigarettes or alcohol, whatever, it takes care of it. So that's the lingering effects is you don't have the hunger or the need. There's, you know, the internal you that craves things no longer craves them.
Mm.
And it's could be food, could be, like I said, could be drugs, could be alcohol. And
Anything, sex. I mean, there's so many different
mhm.
addictive behaviors out there. It's interesting that you say that with releasing, because you had mentioned that the gentleman who started this business up in Bonita, he had been overweight and he did ketamine, and since then he's released his addictive behaviors wrapped around food, and he's lost a tremendous amount of weight. But I've had conversations with 2 different people who were using ketamine, um, not necessarily I think they maybe consciously decide to go in to address their addictive behavior. One was to medicine and one was to alcohol. And neither one of them had success with it. And, but both of them are, one's male, one's female. So I can't say it's gender related, but neither one had any form of breakthrough. And this is interesting because both of them said, and they don't know each other. These are completely separate people, but they both said that they spent their time in their heads analyzing their experience
While they were having it.
while they were in their
Oh,
experiences.
well,
Yeah.
that may be. I mean, just have to let go. Are you speaking of for one of those a friend of ours that
Not necessarily. I would like
okay.
to leave that out of my conversation.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know that that person didn't have any uh after effects, but we don't know. I mean, that person is now talking about giving up the painkillers. She's halfway through. She was hoping by the time that she came back from her vacation that
Mhm.
she would be off of them altogether. That
Mhm.
could be the result of having done the ketamine treatments.
Right. Months later. So the residual
Yeah.
effects can be, as you said, long lasting and permanent. I mean, I think that if you can let go of the trigger, and we're talking the root cause of whatever has resulted in the addictive behavior. And I'm also going to say the addiction to the ego mind is also an addiction that most people on this planet deal with, especially in those in the Western world. Um, but it's that grip of the ego mind that can be uh, why we are so triggered with. But there was an original emotional reason of why then the mind triggers us to react the way that we do when we're in our relationships.
And that's the subconscious, and that's
Yeah.
where all of our habits and addictions dwell.
Yeah.
Um, I was going to say, Carol said that it helps your creativity. Now,
Yeah.
she has done it while she had the ketamine. She has done, and she paints beautifully. I don't know if you've
Mhm.
ever seen any of her
I
paintings.
I have, yeah.
Isn't it
Beautiful.
amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the talent that she has. You don't think doctors do that sort of thing, but
No, no.
yeah. So she has used the ketamine while she's doing the painting.
She must do a low dosage then, not
Oh, I
the
would, yeah, I would think so.